What's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know about raids in Stickman Tower Defense. We're going to cover how they work, and I'm going to show you the strategy I use to farm raids. In this game, raids are configurable, so you can change the settings of them to cater to the team that you have. You can raise things like their speed, their HP, and various stats to make it more difficult, but also offer better rewards to you. To begin setting up a raid, you'll need to head over to the raid area in the lobby. From there, you'll just need to step onto one of these pads to pull up the raid menu. Inside, you're going to find all the stats that you can change to modify the raid's level. When you first start raiding, you're actually going to be capped at how much you can increase the raid's level. As you complete more raids, you'll get the raid experience, which will allow you to increase these all the way up to the maximum amount. The maximum amount is a 248 star raid. These modifiers don't only affect the enemy's stats. There is one that decreases your income by up to 70%, reduces your base's health all the way down to 1, and then increases the amount of spawn locations that the enemies get. If you were to turn all the raid stats down to 0, it's actually pretty easy, so don't be too scared to try them out. So for completing a raid, you're going to get some raid currency, some raid XP, and then a chance at some equipment. You'll start with getting 50 currency per raid, and then with every single star you're going to get 1 more currency. So you can see by reducing this it's going down by 1. Now check out the drop rate on that 5-star equipment. Every 10 stars is going to increase the drop rate of it by 0.1%. So when you're leveling up your raids, be sure to try and hit increments of 10 so you're increasing the chances of that stuff. Now that covers the basics for setting up a raid. Now again, I'd really like to recommend for people to try these out even if you have to do it with low modifiers. If you can get the 5-star unit from raids, it is a huge game changer. Now, when I'm farming for currency, I actually don't do my raids at the highest settings. This is because it would honestly just require me to focus a little bit too much, and I tend to do my raids solo. So I've created a setup that allows me to very easily do them, and you don't have to pay too much attention. It also only requires 1 unit. That unit is the gangster. You do not need a high level for this, but the higher the level, there are certain settings you can add a little bit more onto. But most of the settings the gangster is actually very good against. So I'll show you the raid settings that I use in a second, but first let's take a look at what I have equipped on this gangster. So it's level 10, and the equipment that I put on it is 2 of the, I think they're called rushing, but it just affects their attack rate. So yeah, 2 rushings, they're minus 17% cooldown. There is such better stuff you can have. This is just to show that you really don't need too much to make this work. Now for the way that we're going to set this up, we're actually going to keep the monster health very low and the boss health very low as well. Everything else is super easy for the gangster to deal with. You can increase the monster health and the boss health by a little bit if you have a higher level gangster, better equipment, so you can get just a little bit more stars out of this. But with what we have, so we'll just increase 2 right here, so we're able to get back up to 160 and get that 1.7 drop rate of transparent world, 2 summons per completion. Now once we get into the raid, we're actually given a nice amount of money to start off with. It's actually the exact amount we need to upgrade one of the gangsters twice and another one once. So let's go ahead and place them both down and then upgrade them. So we'll do both those, and then we'll place the other one and upgrade it once. Now, that's everything you need to do for a good couple of waves. These guys are going to be able to handle all these enemies for a while, and then the only other thing you're going to need to do for the rest of this thing is just upgrade those gangsters fully. Depending on the level of your gangster, you might only need to do these upgrades to complete it. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this through to the end so we can just have it up. And only thing that you're going to see me do is upgrade these gangsters, but I will try and let it go as long as it looks like it can until I kind of need to upgrade them. and there's our victory. So as you can see, this is a pretty easy strategy to go with, and the requirements to do it really aren't too high. So if you're just getting into raids and you happen to have a gang store or looking for the first mythic to get, if you want to do raids, I would recommend looking into this. Alright, so that is all for this raid guide. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel for more content in the future. Alright, catch you guys next time.